Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today we have two new yearnings, aside, treasures, whatever you want to call them, to be talking about. I'll make two separate videos. This one is going to be focused on Sist, and in a few hours you guys will get the video for Diana as well. That said, before we start, leave a like, subscribe, and make grow the channel, and we can jump directly into the aside, the yearning for Sist. Before we go into this, really important, as usual, I don't recommend pulling for yearnings. This is a long-term system, a long-term system for the majority of players. Don't be like, oh, I see a whale getting all of that. It's fine. The game, for the most part, is not competitive, and on the places where it's competitive, you will be competing against the people at your same spending level and are around the same combat power that you have, right? That said, let's jump directly into how her kit works and what has been changed. I think Sist is the one I like the most from this patch. I don't think Snorky is a bad yearning. I think it's nice. I think she's a fantastic off-tank, a secondary tank for the press team, and it's going to be working wonders there. And I think Diana is the one that got the short stick. I think Diana is kind of like the worst one, quote-unquote. Still, every single yearning in the game, it's an upgrade over the base kit. I just think it's the most, or the more simpler one out of everything we've gotten so far. That said, when it comes to Sist, her skills are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Her freshman skill buffs herself, attack and attack speed for 10 seconds, right? And it's a pretty nice modifier. At level 12, 37%, level 14 a 41, level 15 I believe is a 43, I think it's a 2% increase each level, right? Pretty good modifiers, a pretty nice buff for herself only. Her senior skill, it's really good damage. The problem is that it's a variable, so she can be doing from 870% to 2.3,000%, right? So 2300%. And then when you kill someone, she can reset this skill and use it 2 more times. You can do that. At level 12, this is a 2600% increase. At level 14, a 2900. At level 15, which I don't have the aside, level 3, this is a 3100%, a crazy modifier, right? So pretty good damage, but it's variable. Her freshman skill buffs only for herself, and then the passive, when you are doing basic attacks, reduce the senior skill cooldown. Super straightforward kit, decent. The problem is that the RNG is really bad, so you cannot really count on her damage being consistent. You can get a lot of the times the lowest damage consistently multiple times, so you're wasting time, and it's a lot of RNG. Her normal attack, nothing impressive, no enhance, no nothing. So the aside fixes all of these problems and turns Sist into also a powerful buffer. I don't know what I will be putting her on the tier list. I haven't updated the website yet. I will be updating tomorrow when I wake up. Diana will be remaining in T1, nothing changes there. I am thinking either a T2 or a T1 for Sist. Do let me know how you guys are feeling about it, if you already got her or not, right? If you should be like a T1 or a T2. My problem is that without the yearning, she cannot compete with the T1 characters at all. With the yearning, she can compete, depending on the situation, with some of these DPSs while also making them do more damage. So do let me know how you guys think about that, and let's jump into the yearning and what is changing. The 1 star and 3 stars, as usual, is just pure stats. The first star, the yearning, the A1, is going to be increasing HP, physical attack, crit increase, and crit damage. The A3 is going to be increasing crit hit and critical damage for all allies, and also giving you 3% physical stat and 3% crit rate for every apostle in the account. Pretty nice stats to be buffing, honestly, right? Nothing to complain there. And then her A2 is what makes her such a great character. Basically, what this A2 is doing is removing all the RNG on her kit. So if we go here, as you guys can see, this becomes a buff that when she receives this buff, it also applies to 2 other apostles, DPSs, right? So this is going to be applying to 3 characters, to herself and to 2 more units, okay? A small picture here to illustrate Shady and Leeds also getting the buffs, right? Now, this, if you are like me, if you're a gacha player like me and you're reading only the description, it's like increases the attack speed and attack speed of a random allied DPS apostle. a random DPS. So to me, it was like it's only one, but no, it's two. Okay, it's actually two. It's just that for some reason they put a random at apostle, and then on the description, on the details, it's telling you it's gonna be two of them, right? So thank you, Timmy, for the pictures because I completely missed it. So that's the first thing it's doing. It's turning her freshman into a buff for herself and two other DPS apostles. Not only that, but it's also making it so you always deal the highest damage possible on her senior skill. So if this is an 870 to 2300%, you always deal the maximum damage possible, 2350%, right? Which is fantastic. So those two things are what is going to be making her an actual really good unit right now for the MAD team, and a staple for every content where you can run a red team, right? Like 100% one of the main DPSs right now, because there is no other real main DPS right now. Your Chloe can deal more damage than Leeds, your Chloe can deal more damage than Shady. Any of those three can actually be your main DPS. Same thing for Alice, Bellitan, Mayo, even when we're talking about if you have them properly invested, they can be your main DPS. So we didn't have like a clear character that could carry you, but now with Sist, you have a unit that not only can carry you, but that can also help you deal more damage across the board because of her buffs. We might even see her on Elias Frontier. We might even be seeing her in there, because I don't think it's for MAD Apostles. Is it for MAD Apostles? It's only DPS, no? Yeah. Increase the attack speed, the attack and attack speed of a random ally DPS apostle. As long as it's a DPS, it doesn't matter if it's MAD or a different personality. So we might be seeing her there, which I like a lot. So overall, a pretty strong aside. I've been enjoying it a lot. I've been pushing some of the dig side to test her and to see her damage numbers. I like it. I don't think there's like any big problems right now with the red team. I still think they lack a proper hyper carry, like for example Elena. Okay, Elena maybe is like a bad point of comparison. I think Elena was a mistake by the developers. But now Sist can compete with those characters on T1 as long as she is heavily invested. She can compete with those units, which is nice. Now, important is that her best items are gonna be a skill damage base, because she's using her ultimate. So the best item you can equip on her, it's going to be the J Codex, the best item by far. After that, the obvious DPS item, right? Like the Shion Light Cape, like your Dragon Light Sword. I would not recommend going with the Kettlebell. You can use it, it still increases skill damage, but you reduce so much of your normal damage that across the board, you're just better off running a J Codex. Obviously, I'm speaking from the, you know, privileged position of having like everything maxed out, but if you have a J Codex, it's gonna be better. If not, you can still use the Kettlebell, you can still use normal items like Dragon Light and Shion's Black Cape, and also attack speed items will be good for her. Both the Elena Enhanced Drone, after using the freshman, you get the attack speed increase for 6 seconds, and also, I'm not a huge fan of the Mithril Knife, but it does work because it's attack and attack speed, okay? So those items will be really good for her. I wouldn't bother with anything else, and obviously she is a physical damage dealer. Completely forget Yummy Moonflower, completely forget the cake, and completely forget anything else. Now, Butter Yellow card, you can't use this, but it's wasted because she doesn't have enhanced attack, right? You can still benefit from the attack speed and attack depending on how many stars your card has, but it's kind of a waste of a passive on that item when you could be running the Cape, the Dragon Light, like I was saying earlier, Elena's Drone, the Mithril Knife, and the best item for her by far, the J Codex. Okay, J Codex on her, it's scaling her damage crazy, and it's actually making her compete with those T1 characters up there. So a TLDR, fantastic DPS, not worth going for the aside. Do not go for the Yearnings on release. It's a waste of resources unless it's your main team, or and even in your main team, it has to be your main team and a character you really like, right? Because if not, it's not worth it. I would not recommend using Devotion, and I would not recommend using Certificates, because these should be used for the LDs only, that they will keep adding into the store. But that's just my recommendation. Obviously, you guys can do a little bit of whatever you want. It's your account at the end of the day, no? That's it. Enough ranting, enough chapping. That's everything for Sist. Like I said earlier, most likely a T2, T1 character. I'll see tomorrow. It's kind of late, and I still have to make the Tiana video. So after tomorrow, we keep testing. We'll decide where do we put her. That's it. Live every single day. Links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool, the internet. And I'll see you in the next one.